Hello, welcome to another episode of The Top Story. Our episode 2 is about communication. I'm Uzma Golindas, an ambition and unambiguity coach, an academic English instructor, and a published author living in the UAE.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Sunay Swanepoel from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm a self-awareness and growth coach from One Life Coaching, an entrepreneur, published author, and budding speaker. Wisma, after our first vlog, I received a few comments about our play on the word story. Would you like to elaborate on our intention behind it?
Story is another word for floor, like levels in a building. It surprises me how many people don't know about this. So, the top story, the show, is all about going up to reach the topmost level in our lives. Communication is important because, well, without it, nothing will work. Not your professional life, not your personal relationships, absolutely nothing. I don't think we can even go out and buy groceries without communicating. What do you think, Sone?
Yes, I agree. Being able to communicate successfully is perhaps the most significant of life skills. It is what enables us to pass information to other people and to understand what is said to us. Communication helps people to understand better. It removes misunderstandings and creates clarity of thoughts and expression. It also educates people. Just look at what happened with the name of our talk, Top Story. Some people thought that we misspelled our name, and we thought that it was a very clever play on words. We did not meet each other on the same level of understanding. The purpose of communication is to understand information. Whatever we communicate to someone should be clearly understood by them, or the very purpose of the communication would be defeated.
Yeah, Sone, people lay so much emphasis on being grammatically perfect, learning new words, wanting to speak with native like fluency. They completely forget that languages primarily are meant to serve one purpose, and that is to exchange information. So, the thing of utmost importance is to be able to speak and pass on the message in a way that is comprehensible to the other person. They are able to understand it correctly, what you're trying to tell them. Everything else, whether it's vocabulary or grammatical perfection, it comes after that. Now, non-verbal communication, which is often overlooked, is just as important. Your body language, expressions say so much even when you are quiet. In fact, more than 60% of what people comprehend and notice depends on your non-verbal communication. The spoken word accounts for only 7% of what gets said. The tone of your voice, the pitch, all that is just as important, which means watching and listening are also a bigger part of the bigger picture of communication.
Okay. You mentioned a very important word that I feel is sometimes completely ignored, or the importance of it in communication is not understood at all. Communication is not the same as simply sending out information. It is a two-way process that involves both the sending and receiving of information. It requires both speaking and listening and developing a shared understanding of the information being conveyed and received. If you are the sender of information, this means communicating it clearly, whether in writing or face-to-face. Then asking questions to assess your listeners' understanding. Listen to their replies and, if necessary, explain further. If you are the receiver, it means listening carefully to the information, considering whether you have understood by reflecting on what was said. Maybe ask questions to ensure that you both have the same understanding of the situation. We mustn't listen with the purpose of just answering the question. Listen with the intent to truly understand and make sure that everyone is on the same page. What I'm saying is that communication is therefore an active process. There is nothing passive about communication in either direction.
Asking questions is a great way to take your conversations to the next level. It shows to the other person that you are interested in what they have got to say and that you're trying to understand what they are saying, and that makes them feel heard. It also ensures that you do not misunderstand or misjudge their words. This also is the key if you want a deeper connection and emotional intimacy.
The value of listening with intent is priceless. It creates trust and connectivity between the parties involved. Effective communication is not possible without trust. The person speaking needs to trust that the person receiving the message will understand and not judge. The person receiving the message must trust that the message is conveyed with honesty and integrity. Usma, what do you think are some important points when communicating?
I think certain etiquettes are very, very important and they need to be kept in mind if you want to create a safe space for honest communication. The first one being, and I think it's very important, don't interrupt someone while they are talking. Let the person finish what they are saying and then respond after listening to their side of the story. Also, I think it's quite logical. If you don't listen to the person who is trying to reach out to you, they won't be listening to you when you start talking. That would lead to one conversational chaos, right? And then there is something that has become a bigger problem in the recent times. Since COVID struck us, we have been working from home, and sometimes in the past we have had some extra hours to kill because there was no social life. Long unending conversations became the order of the day. I mean, let's not do that. Let's not drown other people in our sea of words. Whatever you've got to say, keep it clear, clean, concise. And this may take some practice if you have overindulged in monologues in the recent past. But it's important to get out of that presentation mode and put on your conversation shoes. No more broadcasting 24/7 live shows, right? And we also need to look at each other when we talk. That thrill and closeness of having those eye contacts is lost. We talk and listen while our eyes are glued onto our screens. And let's not do that. That's pretty rude and makes the whole experience very cold, don't you think?
Absolutely. You hit the nail right on the head. So, to end off, being able to communicate efficiently and effectively is an invaluable skill that can be learned given time. Anyone can start working on improving their communication skills at any time. And I can promise you that the investment of time and effort will be impactful. If you don't believe me, ask me. I have a story to tell you.
And if you wish to work on being a better communicator or having more open and honest conversations to take your relationships to a higher story, story is the key word here, then get in touch with us.
Yes. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Details to be found in the description part of the post. Subscribe to our YouTube channels if you don't want to miss out on more informative topics like this. But wait, Usma, this topic is actually right up your alley, correct?
Yeah. I mean, if you wish to work on your English language skills or work towards a better IELTS score, then get in touch with me as per the contact info shared by Sune.
So tune in next time when we will speak about emotions. This is Sunai and
Uzma.
wishing you a beautiful day. Bye.